The world is a mysterious conundrum. And who is the world and how do we change course? Welcome! The world is in a destructive place right now. There's war, there's disease, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And if you take a look at the state of the world, I think everybody just says, boy, we're just not in a good place here. So how do we turn it around? How do you as an individual turn it around? Well, first of all, it has to start with hope. And when I say hope, here's the basis of our hope. God has overcome the world. Jesus has overcome the world. It's already been done. So if you know that, that is the secret to changing course. It starts one person at a time. And we believe over at Life Transform, you get into a community of people that believe that. And then you start magnifying out into the world, amplifying out into the world in a beautiful, loving way. So God has overcome, you embrace that, and you live that way. You show the world that fact. There is nothing this world can throw at you that God hasn't overcome. But it really is a matter of faith. You have to have faith, not in what you see, not in your knowledge, but it's just a faith in that fact that God has overcome the world. If you're not a God person, there's still a chance for you to become one. It took me 54 years before I figured it out. So wherever you're at in your life, wherever you're at in your journey, you can do this. You have an opportunity to get into that power and be a part of the power of God and the fact that He has overcome the world. Point number 2, the world listens to those who value the world. Okay, so this is interesting. The world will listen to those who value the world. So when I said, who is the world? It is the leaders of our day, the entertainers, all the people that we listen to, go on social media, who's got a big presence, who are the artists, all of that stuff. If you listen to those people, they are the world. The news, that's the world. All the folks trying to get you to not believe in hope, to monger fear, which I believe comes from the enemy. So if you know the world listens to those who value the world, that is great wisdom and insight for you to go a little counterculture, right? Don't go along with the world and don't fall for it. Insurance, pharmacy, doctors, hospital, all that stuff, that's of the world. They're just trying to make money. That's what they're trying to do. Now, there's some good people in those industries. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the people in those industries are not good. A lot of them have great heart, but they're part of a system that is not here to really serve you. It's here to serve them from a monetary standpoint, from a power standpoint, because they don't know God. They don't know Jesus. They don't know the peace of the world. They don't know the abundance that's available when you truly embrace and follow Jesus. All right. Point number 3, it's a lie. The one in you is greater than the one in the world. So it is a lie. If you focus on the world, you're going to go down to destruction. Life is going to be hard. You're going to face all kinds of challenges that will take you down, that will slow you down, that will change your mindset, that will, impact your ability to move forward in a positive way. That's what the enemy tries to do. The enemy lies, the enemy tries to distract you. So you don't want to be distracted. You want to be focused on hope. You want to be focused on the joy. The one in you, if you've given your life to Jesus, right, you've got the Holy Spirit in you. The one in you is greater than the one in the world. That's the truth. Live that way. And if, again, you don't have that in your life, it's okay. I didn't for 54 years. Once I figured it out, boy, oh boy, light switch, transformation, total change. So that's available to you too, if you are not following Jesus right now. Next point, it's the powerful conspiracy with the powerful. Greed. Think about that. The powerful conspire with the powerful. Political parties, they're the same. They don't oppose each other. It's one big deal, right? They just want to suck you in to the whole politics thing. Big business, the same way. Countries, the same way. Now, I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories now, but nothing would surprise me when it comes to powerful people in this world driven by greed. There's nothing that I would say I would be shocked to hear about, and I'm sure you've heard some of the conspiracy theories out there. I would just say to you, just be discerning, be aware. Don't dismiss conspiracy theories straight out. There have been a lot of documentaries out over the last several years that have exposed big whatever and really what's behind them. Remember, it only takes a few people to influence an industry, to influence a country. That's all it takes. Just a few, just one or two, three or four, to conspire to create something that is a lie and to create something to really control you and I, okay? Think about COVID. Oh my gosh, I won't even go down that road. But yeah, there you go. That's a great example. Did you see all the fear that was in the world? And that is what we need to change, is fear. We need to shift from fear to faith. Fear is from the enemy. Anything that's driven in fear or divisiveness, that's coming from the enemy. So let that be your filter. Any thought that comes into your mind, if it's not a good thought, if it's a fearful thought or a worrisome thought, that's coming from the enemy. That is coming from the enemy. So we have to start to change that in our community. We've got several ways to change that subconscious mind and those thoughts to help you shift those thoughts so you won't fall victim to that dirty little trap. All right, and the next point I'm going to go to is those who believe the lie, listen to the lie. It's a funny thing about beliefs. If you believe something, it's because it's been programmed into you, usually before the age of 8. But your environment, what you let into yourself, your mind, what you hear, what you read, what you watch, all that stuff reinforces it. So humans naturally want to believe truth, and they're going to grasp onto truth wherever they can find it. And it's usually from an early age. Like I grew up in Chicago, in this big Democratic city and all this stuff. So I started believing that I was a Democrat. Well, then I got out of Chicago and went to college and, went into life. Then all of a sudden I think, well, I'm a Republican. Well, then all that's gone now. But see, all those were beliefs that I believed in, really based on my environment, but all that changed because I remained open and curious. If something didn't make sense to me, just like I'm saying, if something doesn't make sense to you, question it. Just don't go along with it. Don't look for people that are going to reinforce your existing beliefs. That's dangerous. Be open to new beliefs, new perspectives. Listen with a curious mind, because the people who believe the lie listen to the lie. And if you follow just general culture out there, the mentality of the masses, that's where the lie is being told. Think about this. All the people in our world who are raised up to high positions, I'm going to say all, but you know what I'm saying. I'm sure there's some good people in there too. But the enemy wants them to be raised up because it's the world, and the enemy will glorify in the world. Well, God doesn't glorify in the world. Jesus came to heal us spiritually. When Adam and Eve partook in the tree of evil and knowledge, it made them dead, not physically dead, but dead spiritually. That's where Jesus came back. Spiritually. That's where Satan whispered in their ear, you won't die. Well, Satan was talking about you're not going to die physically, but they died spiritually to God. And that's when all the crazy stuff started coming in. Subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video very helpful, hit that like button to see more like it. Comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question you asked. And we'll see you the next time on the journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.